Hello, it's Bryan here from thegreatgordino.com and fbpassionprofits.com with another in the series of training videos covering how you can use your own individual passions to turn into profits online. And something that stops people or puts people off when they think about making money online, if they've never done it before, is that they won't be able to compete with the competition. The competition is too well established, it's too big, it's too developed. How on earth can little old me compete as a newcomer with the competition? Now, I can understand why people might think that, but you won't be surprised to hear that I've got some answers to it. In fact, I've got 3 answers to it. Why not only your competition is a good thing, not to be feared, and that actually it creates a gap that you can walk right into. So let's get stuck in. The first reason that you shouldn't be bothered or put off or daunted by the fact that your competition is big and established and well known is that your competition had to start somewhere. It may sound simple, it may sound obvious, but it's a point that's forgotten by people when they think of massive names in whatever field it may be, big established brands. They forget that all of that had to start from somewhere, and someone somewhere at some time was a beginner. Now, were they put off by the competition? No, they weren't. Were they put off by the fact that they might have to learn things and work out how to make progress? No, they weren't. They decided to get stuck in. They decided to work out and learn how to do things. They decided to take action and make progress. And it's only by doing those things that they ever ended up as the big established names or brands in the field. Everyone has to start somewhere. Now you might say, well, that's all well and good, but all these people who may be in the same industry learnt from other people. Someone had to be the first. Someone had to be the trailblazer. Well, yes, that's true, but although it's possible that you will need to be the trailblazer in your field of passion, whatever that may be, as it happens, in all probability, you won't need to be that trailblazer. So you won't need to worry about that. You can just follow in the footsteps of others who've already been before. So, the second reason why you needn't be put off or worried about competition, and in fact this second one is a benefit of the competition, is that your competition shows that there's a market. The basic fundamental of making money online is that someone has to buy something in order for anyone to make money online. So there has to be a market online. And if there's competition in your area of passion, that shows that the market is there and it's a market buying stuff. Now that's good. You want to see that. You'd be more bothered perhaps if there wasn't competition. Let me give you some examples. If we think of the world of fast food, if you want fast food and you see a branch of brand A, you might think, yeah, that's great, that's nice, but actually I fancied something to eat from brand B. If brand B isn't there, you're going to go to brand A because that's the only choice. Now if brand B are thinking of opening up a new store, where do you think they're going to open up that store? Yes, you're right, it's going to be next door or as close as possible to brand A. So that when someone wants fast food, they've got a choice between brand A and brand B. Sometimes they might buy from brand A, sometimes they might buy from brand B. That's okay. There's plenty of room in the market for both. There's plenty of room for competition. Competition proves that your market is out there. That's a good thing. The third reason that you shouldn't fear your competition or be put off or daunted by it is that 3-letter little word, you. And this is the gap created by the big names, the big brands in your market. This is the gap created by them that you can walk into. Because as the brands get bigger, get more established and get more well known, their offering tends to get more generic because it has to appeal to a wider pool of prospects. So as that offering gets more generic, it gets blander and it gets less specific and less individual. When that comes to the area that I like to focus on, which is information marketing, and particularly to do with turning your passions into profits, sometimes the individual connection is what you want, is what prospects really are looking for. So if the competition is getting bigger as a brand and their offering is getting less and less personal and offering less and less interaction, or that personal interaction goes up and up and up in price due to laws of supply and demand, that's the gap that you can walk into. Because if you're bringing your experience, your knowledge, your passion, your story, you, to the market, firstly, no one else can bring that to the market. They can bring their version of experience and their story, but they can't bring your experience, they can't bring your story. Only you can do that. So not only are you bringing that to the market, as a beginner, the gap you've got is that you can go in under where those big brands are. If they're at such a higher level, you can go in at a lower level. Now, it's important here that we remember, I'm not talking about undervaluing yourself or undervaluing your passion and your story or your offer. I'm not saying that at all, but it does create a gap, both mentally and in price terms, but that's the details of that are more for another content. I'm talking about the principle here, about the gap that your competition creates to allow you to walk right into. So, 3 reasons why you shouldn't be bothered about your competition. Firstly, your competition had to start somewhere. Secondly, your competition shows that there's a market which is essential. And thirdly, your competition creates a gap because the bigger they are, the room there is underneath for you to walk straight into that gap. So what do you think of that message? Does that make sense to you? How would that apply to your particular passions? Because I don't know what your passions are. As it happens, I hope you'll get in touch and tell me. Let me know what you think. Pop over and see me at the blog, thegreatgordino.com. And while you're there, you can get my free video series covering the basics of my FB Passion Profit System, which shows how you can use the world of social media, leverage the power of the internet to turn your own passions into profits online. That free video series you can get at my site, thegreatgordino.com. Pop over and see me on Facebook. Facebook.com/thegreatgordino is my personal profile, and then there's my pages there, Facebook.com/yourlifetransforming and Facebook.com/thegreatgordino newsletter. So, it's Gordon Bryan from thegreatgordino.com signing off for now. Not worried about my competition, not worried in the least. Make sure you're not worried either, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.